the Duck Pins Forever social media and implore David to be here for the Youth Kickoff Classic because I know how much you all love Duck Pins Forever. We love you too. But if you want us here, tell your parents to bother us, except not while we're on the approach at league because we're focused. Zach Richards going to get us started with a Dave Jones in the semifinal match. A reminder that if Zach is successful in converting the 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10 as Brandon strikes, Zach could win a Dave Jones Signature Edition t-shirt. Here we go. No, sir. Dave Jones shot wins again, as it always does, except the 6 times that it didn't. Hard to believe that it was just about a year ago we had our first live conversion right here at Parkville Lanes. It might have actually been this very pair.
How many people do owe shirts?
We owe 3 people shirts right now. If your name is Mike Mans, Bernie Hipkins, or Mark Klingelhofer, hang in there. Help is on the way. We'll get you a shirt soon. Dave, you got handicaps, right? Greg Boyle pushing through for 5 on his first ball. Interesting team composition. You got Zach Richards, Greg Boyle, Matt Kruger for the Team Boyle handicap of 38.
How does that get 38? How does that team get 38?
Listen, you know Greg Boyle's Mr. Team Tournament. He is no stranger to making Sundays and team events on Duck Pins Forever, and this is no exception today as he's in the semifinal on television. Greg looking for a wood ball here. He will start the semifinal match with 8. Anchor bowler for Team Watson, Keith Boyle. Geez, Keith Watson. Keith
I was about to say, like, even I knew that.
Keith Watson. Oh, man, someone clipped that. I'd butcher the crap out of that. Keith Watson. Because it's Team Watson. Isn't there a Keith Boyle?
There is a Keith Boyle.
Yeah. Hey, Keith Boyle. Shout out Keith Boyle. Oh,
Thanks. Thanks.
Oh, well, Chris's brother are going to start out with a 9-10.
I can't resist.
Leo's dad.
Spare?
He had as a spare for we'll just go with Keith. Can I check on that?
John, the other semifinal match is Team U, and I don't know the other team. I think it's Phil Dix's team.
Team Carp.
Carper.
All right, can somebody up north, if Ken Thomas is still watching, Keith Boyle used to bowl at Johnson's. He won a doubles event with Paul Groves. Can someone tell me if Keith Boyle still bowls so that I can at least try to save face here? Pocket 5-7 for Brandon Watson. He was going for the opening double there. Chuck Cook rocking his No Bad Sunday shirt. You can get your own at www.sparebreak.com.
I want to congratulate Chuck Cook on not injuring himself severely this weekend.
No, sir. It's good to see him back on the lanes.
Man's already won a tournament.
Yeah, he won Southwest Sunday.
Let's redo that. We want to do a DAF or a Wednesday to Saturday, but Wednesday to Friday morning and then Saturday nights. We do the cop.
What did Zach have? So maybe walk.
Steve, well run, dude.
Appreciate you guys bowling that.
Yes.
You have to put a team in for
10 pin for Greg Boyle.
It's all good.
5-man tournament here at White.
Yeah, after the burial, dude.
Thank you for participating. Duck Pins Forever event.
Flyer out.
Thanks for you, man. Let's switch something on one ball, and it didn't help yesterday. It didn't help today.
Don't worry, I was talking about it. You can go back and watch it later.
Dude, it was like my chicken wing, everything.
Good to see you, Steve.
Yesterday, you had a 180.
I was told you spread from 180 to 85.
I'll see you, gentlemen. Bowling burying them first. Going to 85 when we lost by 1.
And Barry said, thank you.
Otherwise, we would have won the division.
Oh.
Yeah,
Greg blew by the 10 pin there, going for the spare. Whoa! Cody almost stealing a spare there. Greg will collect the 10 box for 18 through the second. Cody a 9 bucks, 19. Good to, I'll tell you what, he was on recently, a couple months ago. It is good to see Matt Kruger back on Duck Pins Forever. We had a bit of a lapse for a while, and had to take care of life for a bit, but glad to see him back on the lanes.
This was just finally he was bowling this weekend, last weekend. It was a late edition.
Yeah, he still bowls some of the team tournaments and some of the Southwest Sunday, but he hasn't gotten out to a Pop Whitney or Pro Tour.
I get to do my first Southwest Sunday next week.
Keith Boyle, Keith, oh my God. Keith Watson. Put his last name in there if I don't butcher that.
The team name, Nick.
I know. Keith Watson in the hole on ball 2. Get out of your way. Matt cleans up 10. For those of you that we'll call the diehard Duck Pins Forever fans to go all the way back to the beginning, a la September 2021. Our start here on Duck Pins Forever coincided with the domination run of Matt Kruger, where he was making like every cut. If he wasn't a high qualifier, he was just making cuts. The guy couldn't lose. He's throwing massive games.
Thank you.
I mean, he made a 5-7-10 split at Southwest. I remember that in a championship match against Matt and Stacy. I think he had like 550 for 3 before that. And then is, just pulling off back-to-back split conversions. He ran over Jimmy Mulvihill and actually his teammate, Zach Richards, at Mount Airy. He was just on an unstoppable run for what would have felt like a year and a half.
So ironically,
and then now we just seem to be in the Bernie Hipkins era. Oh, shot. Brandon with the squeeze play on the 5-pin and shaves it over into the 9-10. Take a look at the picture-in-picture replay. Slices it over nicely. It is one of the options for making that. I will say I made the 5-9-10 here last weekend by hitting the 5-pin so heavy on the right side that the ball deflected into the 9 and slid 9-10. Was that against you?
I think it was.
I'm sorry about that.
It's fine.
I believe I also threw a backdoor strike against him, and I'm not even the proprietor.
I think everyone else did too.
Yeah, it was. I mean, listen, I understand how it is because this is your bowling center, right? People beat up on you. I'm last place in the pro singles at Mount Airy. I'm a punching bag. So, now I know what Bruce Smith feels like every summer in that league.
Oh dear. So we were talking about bowling style. So we were talking about rev rate and all that. Brandon throws the ball very differently than a lot of other people. He kind of
yoink.
He kind of flops it out there.
He's on the side of the ball and
very, very much on the side of the ball, but it works for him, and he has gotten much better at it.
That's also kind of the beautiful thing about duck pin is that there's certain things certain people do right, but to an extent, there's no one right way to do it. And to his credit, he has put a lot of work in to get better. And I imagine he will be pretty much a shoo-in for Pro League. Permanent status in the Pro League this year. Bottom of the third frame, it's Matt Kruger on the 2-pin.
Oh, why not?
And he leaves the 1-7.
Mount Airy, that's just a head pin.
Yeah, they go, nice ball.
That's
They go, okay, go get it.
So in
they go, only 9?
That dominant run to Matt, I actually got lucky enough to. Oh,
no. Hello. Walk like an Egyptian.
I bowled him the first game on a bracket at Pinland, and I was lucky enough to nose him out 193 or 4 to 189. And in all honesty and humility, he outbowled me. I just caught more strikes.
So during the dominant,
he should have won that tournament as well.
During the dominant Matt Kruger run, he had a second place finish here at Parkville. He lost to Mark Klingelhofer in the championship match. What?
Painful.
Those two?
My story about that day is that I actually made the cut by 5 pins. That tournament. I bowled Matt Kruger the first game of the day, and he had 60 in the 7th. And I'm looking up at the scoreboard like, is this even real? He was missing singles. He's blowing the middle out. I had like 92 in the 7th. It looks like I'm lighting the world on fire. I'm up 32 pins against Matt Kruger. He shot 110. He then went on to win the next 4 games and did not lose again until the championship match. Had he won, I would have been the only person to beat Matt Kruger all day. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Zach Richards in the pocket, 5 off the wall. It is a even hit game going into the 4th. Zach starts the 4th with the strike. Brandon, an interesting multi-pinner, but good for his ball. It's the 167. Beautiful shot. Coming at you with another replay. You have 2 options, but you got to be on the side of the head pin to make either option work. Yeah, or just bully it. But Brandon's not a.
We can't all be bully bowlers.
Well, Greg narrowly avoids our call for a medic as he takes 2 off the left corner. What would we say here? That ball was so far left. What was it? Arbutus or Towson?
Towson.
I just go generally. You throw it to Narnia.
Yeah.
The left would be Towson, right would be Dundalk. You don't want to go to Dundalk.
Yeah. Well, if your ball goes way far right and it hits bad, then if it's Dundalk, it's fair to say it was a poo ball.
Plus the 10 pin is Sparrow's point.
Dundalk, the home of missing bridges, poop, and Pinland. We love you, Pinland.
Cannot wait to try this.
Pinland, or as we're now going to call it, Glen Burnie East. They have Glen Burnie's masking units, Glen Burnie's gutters, Glen Burnie's bumpers, probably their rental shoes. But boy, does Mount Airy have their hardware bins.
We have our speakers.
If you were in the market for 300 giveaway sprocket inserts, you should have gone shopping at Glen Burnie Bowl, because boy, did we have a deal.
So much.
See ya. Solid 5.
This is why this game is incredible.
Clearly, Keith's ball was better.
Keith threw the ball past House and got a strike. Matt buried it right down Hartford Road for 9.
Yeah, well, if that ball would have hit the pins in the county, it might have struck. But it hit the pins in the city, and that ball just doesn't strike in the city. Am I right? The line is on the lanes, right?
No, the line's actually in the parking lot. Oh,
It's so much better of a story to be like the line's right
Yeah,
at the arrows, and then it
it's-
goes from
it's
the arrows to
probably-
that TV.
it probably like zigzags. You know how stupid these city lines
No.
are.
I have seen a picture of Baltimore on a map. That thing is a straight line right across Hartford Road.
It's probably like the approaches at Stoneleigh. It just juts back and forth.
If Nick Muscatelli is watching this, he's a surveyor.
Oh, okay.
He
Deadwood what? Okay. There's people in my way. So, rest in peace. The late Sean Dodson was also a surveyor.
Sure. So I get Nick down here with his big old surveyor tripod, or as his girlfriend calls it, the yellow leggies.
Okay.
Calls them the yellow leggies, big tripod that they have with the fancy camera, or whatever the thing is. And we're going to get him.
Oh, there you go.
We'll do a la Walkersville. We'll do a big old red line right through wherever.
I like it.
Big old red line right through wherever. I don't care if it's on the ball rack. I don't care where it is.
Pretty sure it's actually out in the park.
Clear.
No matter where it lands, we call it the lob line.
Yeah, the line.
Oh, dear. Pin out of reach on
Clear.
17.
Just maybe.
Maybe. We're going to see.
We're going to hope it swings out, or Greg's going to run dead when he gets the sweep caught.
Oh, never mind.
Well in reach.
My depth perception has failed me.
Poor vision for Steve. Cody cutting the deuce. He was on a spare. Greg almost tripped there going for the ball, going up the ball rack. Broke into a sprint there temporarily.
All right, let's see if Greg can get this ball over to Dundalk.
He hits the
Oh, there
poo.
we go.
Hits the poo. Oh, I like it. See if Cody can bring in his
Oh,
eight pinner.
dear.
It's the double deuce. Dave Hughes is sick and tired of looking at this shot because bad memories of being on a strike in the eighth frame today, cutting a deuce, cutting another deuce,
You know that was twice I did that.
and then
This
finding a
break
hole.
kind of resembles Dave Phillips' mouth.
And the par on that shot is 7. And unfortunately, Cody goes under par with a 6.47 half. Team Boyle is up a hit at the moment, but down a healthy amount, down 57. Spare fill for Matt
what a
Kruger. Got
ball.
that one over the line a bit. Boy,
What
did
a
it hit.
ball.
Looks like Matt throwing a pro line today. Get that ball well out on the lane, hits it in the way he hits it, and that's the vintage Matt Kruger ball right there.
Yes. Shades of 2021.
A little better.
Keith finding the head pin, probably for nothing, as that ball does not strike. He leaves a 9 pin. What you got to say, Joe? Okay.
Same.
A little blurry there, but Keith does say yes to the 9 pin. It's because of how tall he is.
Don't check your
Yes.
prescription.
It's just, yeah. Hang up on Lens Crafters. Everything is okay.
Is LensCrafters still open?
I think, well, I don't know.
I thought America's Best has monopolized this.
I don't know. Go shop at Circuit City, Steve. What do you want?
I love Circuit City.
We're
I
service.
also love Circus City.
Rest in peace. My brother is just old enough to say that his first job was at a Radio Shack.
My ex-wife worked at Radio Shack.
Wait, we're getting to know your ex-wife quite well on topic. Tell us more. Is she a district manager?
She was at one point. She was
You're ruining my professionalism. Oh man.
She used to repair
Zach's got
phones
a
and all
mark.
that when they did that.
Chip Pollard quality.
Yeah. So my brother sold a phone case at Radio Shack to Travis Pastrana's wife.
Nice.
That was the peak of his retail career.
Pretty sure I've had a pastrami sandwich from a Subway.
Oh man. I'm going through it over here. Greg's on a spare fill, 48 half.
Oh dear.
Dribble.
That was a nice little bouncer there.
That 9 fill brought to you by the foul line. We need a carpenter to lane 18.
So, friend of the program, D4E star bowler and snack bar aficionado Dennis Bills.
Yeah.
1 year wrote Christmas cards to all the foul lines here at Parkville Lane
Oh, that's cute.
after the punishment he put them through. Ooh.
All right, Greg, go fill in your divot.
Got that one out there.
Greg with 2 awful balls for 9
Yes.
fair.
It's not the process, it's the results.
Yes, way to score up there, Greg.
This is a
Nice.
results-based business.
Wasn't a good ball, but way to score.
Practice is for process, competition for results.
All right, so Cody is going to go open in the 6th frame, left that 3-4 split, takes a 9 box.
Let's see if Matt can stay in 2021 here.
Yep, looking to catch a double. Team Boyle is starting to pull some pins back here. See if Matt can go double star frame for Team Boyle.
Oh, what a good ball. He's there. Oh, just melting pins.
Matt, 9 marks in a row for Team. 8 marks in a row, excuse me. 8 marks in a row.
Yes.
8 marks in a row. Matt cured that one again. Catches the 4-7. Double on the board.
Keith answer. Oh,
Keith
dear.
on the 2 pin. Another 12 box.
So one of the reasons why Team Watson has done so well in this tournament and in previous tournaments this year has been Keith. Keith had knee surgery and some heart issues in the last year or two, so his average was much lower than it probably should be, and that is hugely beneficial.
I'll tell you what.
to
Normally, a
their
nice shot there for
success.
10. On paper, Keith is not a guy that you'd expect to see subbing in the pro league, but he subbed in the pro league a couple times and put up some respectable sets.
Yes.
Like 410s, 420.
By the second half of the season, he was getting very close to his old form,
Yeah,
which was still in the mid-20s, but very respectable. Very good ball by Zach Richards.
Zach absolutely pured that one. That's one of those out of your hand that the only question is if it's going to be 9 or 10.
It's handy.
Or in my case, the 7-9.
Say it again, Dave.
This handicap is vanishing
Quickly.
Yes.
Brandon waiting on a belt, and looks like he
It does
is.
look like it's on the belt.
It is.
I think it's on the Famalic. And
Well,
not.
We'll check that lane in a month. Got to keep 19 through 22 doing just right because those are the world record lanes.
Yes.
It's like every other week. Oh, look, there's a world record on 19 and 20. Oh, look, there's a world record on 21, 22.
For those of you watching, there will be a flyer put out later this evening. We will be having a tournament here at the end of July to try to break one and set another 6-game doubles records. The men's 6-game doubles record is not very high. It was set in the 70s on wooden pins. I believe it's 1661.
I'm gonna pull it up because it's like hilariously low.
Yeah, it wouldn't even make the pop wooden cut.
Yeah, it wouldn't make most pop
And
wooden
there is no women's 6-game doubles record.
Okay, so the 6-game men's doubles record shot April 25th, 1971.
Yep.
At Smithfield Bowl in Providence, Rhode Island, is 1661.
Providence, Rhode Island doesn't even exist anymore. This
not the
bowling alley.
Not the bowling, just the town. Frank DiCaprio dropped a bomb on the middle of the city, and it's just gone. It's all about Warwick now. It's all Warwick. And
yes.
Anyway, that 12 game
pin out of reach on 18, Chris.
That 12-game average for the 6-game men's doubles is 138.41.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yes. Oh God.
Like, you can get some upper percentile bowlers in here for an average afternoon of bowling, and they will break the world record.
So in our once-a-month doubles league on Sunday, we had to do a 6-game match, our last match 2 years ago, because we had a rain out or whatever.
Correct.
But because it wasn't set up before the season,
That's
it would
correct.
not count.
So those
in that match, we had 7 or 8 teams break that record.
Correct.
Out of a 16-team league.
But by the way, I'm totally okay with the way that rule's interpreted.
I am too.
Because
I get it.
And I had to be very clear when I wrote that rule change a couple years ago. Matt for the triple, by the way.
Come on! Oh, what a ball! All right, now pin out of reach on 17, Chris.
Matt has thrown 3 brilliant balls consecutively, and they have all carried for him. Out of nowhere at a 79 half in the 5th, double up 6th and 7th.
We just had to talk about 2021, and Matt's going on a little vacation back there. So this tournament will be a handicap tournament as well. There'll be a scratch component to it.
Obviously, the scratch score still counts for the world.
Scratch scores will still count. More than likely, it's going to be $40 a bowler, so we can have a decent little prize fund for it. I will post a flyer on my page and on the Duckpin Global Network and all that later tonight.
Steve, in the spirit of making all tournament directors happy, will be charging 75 cents lineage.
It won't be that bad, but it's not going to be a whole lot. The tournament will only be Friday and Saturday because that Sunday we'll be having our house tournament for the top 24 bowlers from the house, which I was unable to get through earlier in this month.
Zach Richards was going for the double there. Let's see how this handicap is doing. It's gone. Team Boyle trails by 2 pins. They are up
multiple counts.
They are up 1 count, but they're all strike counts. 2 spares to 3 strikes. You're up 1 count. Zach, that was a good try at that. Does count 9 on his single strike. 105 in the 7th.
With that, you either got to hit it really thin and get something off the wall into the back pin, or you got to just drive the head pin back into it and hope it pushes out the back too.
It's a tough shot.
It's a smush.
It is. It really is. I find it a tough shot just about anywhere.
So,
but that's because I'm just not good.
I ball a walk.
So I'll get over analytical here. That is a harder shot to make on synthetic decks.
I can see that.
Because the pins like to bounce and elevate on synthetic decks.
Yes. Oh, good ball by Cody. Cody's another bowler who has gotten much better and turned himself into a good bowler the last few years.
This whole team in the last couple of years has come onto the scene a bit.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Greg Boyle, no divot that time, but takes a chunk out of the rack. Punches the 3-9. Cody walks it right over there, gets the spare. 9 on and the spare in the 8th. Good defensive bowling.
Nick, I want to ask you about one of your favorite friends of the program.
Oh boy.
My boy and yours, Matt Buckingham. Did you see his post from Hawaii? Of him?
Jumping off cliffs?
Did you notice that he missed the head pin when
He did.
on
Yeah,
that?
he was.
He
off
definitely got the
on
side of the
dive.
cliff.
He was. No. He's still. No. Okay, everyone, calm down. Matt's alive. He's fine. He hit the water. He did have a swim shirt on though because he is very albino. And, not one to risk that glorious skin of his. Keith Watson, spare Phil.
Matt,
5 off the wall. 20
Matt,
bucks.
as one of my good friends, reminds me of someone who would probably wear that shirt in the shower.
Matt, let's talk about a different Matt here for a second because this could be a very decisive ball in the match. As Team Watson has just put up 2 marks and good counts, Matt Kruger
Has thrown 3 straight god balls.
He is going for a 4th. Let's see if he can pure another one. Off the side.
Great pin action. Colton. Colton.
Strike. That's great. Where was that the last 3 balls? That's great.
I hope the camera caught that.
I hope the microphone caught that.
Oh, boy, your boy's killing it.
1-6.
Oh,
No. Too thin. So it is going to be a scratch lead for Team Boyle, narrowly. And going into the 9th frame, a 2-hit lead for Team Watson. The score, Boyle 379, Team Watson 375. Boyle up 4 pins, down 2 hits.
Zach Richards, big ball.
We're doing a score check, Dave?
Okay.
Yeah, I got something. I got
28 in the 3rd. You have 28 in the 3rd?
He has 29 in the 3rd.
9, 10, 10.
9, 10, 9. Is that better? 10, 12, 20, 30. Got it? So we're just 1 pin light on both teams?
All good.
So the spread is the same.
I have to pick a time to fix it.
So it appears that the clutch double in the 9th and 10th last game is awaken Evan Stevens.
He's plugging away this game.
He's plugging away. He's got 5 marks through the first 8 frames.
101 plus in the 8th. Doing a little better pacing wise.
And I think Xander has 151 in the 8th. Is that correct?
Let's see if Team Watson can regain control with Cody's spare Phil. Sticks at the line. Oh. Ball came across body, 5-10 split. This is normally where Greg Boyle flips the switch.
Yes.
91 through 8. 2 consecutive opens. No strikes yet in the game.
Oh.
Bouncer.
Oh, he needs to bounce all of them.
It hit just enough to carry out the 5 and 10 to leave 7.
Should we call that the Tim Duncan because he went glass?
Oh, beautiful shot. 5-10 clean for Cody Ripley. Watch it on the replay.
4 marks in a row.
Beautiful shot. Greg Boyle got a cover.
Oh no.
And rotated it into the left ditch, open frame.
So
it is now 5 consecutive opens.
Rowley, because I miss a 7 pin to the left more than anybody on the planet.
I do it too. I don't want you to feel left out.
This is the only house I miss it left.
5 consecutive opens for Team Boyle.
If I miss it to the right, someone snatch my body.
4 consecutive marks for Watson.
I miss it to the right in every other house but here.
Team Boyle up 4 pins still.
Oh,
They are
ball,
up.
Matt.
They're up 3 hits. Here's Keith Watson going for the double. 3, 2, 1.
Medic.
That's at least a Band-Aid.
It is man down. This is a really bad look if you spare this on a strike.
Oh
And
dear.
He does not convert.
Oh,
He does count 8.
That was a gift there.
He'll take 8 on that all day. All right. Matt Kruger, bottom of the 9th.
See if he can come back with a 1 here. Oh, that's got it. Oh, light mix.
All right.
Okay.
Takes 9, leaves a 3 pin.
Held on to that.
He did.
Yeah.
But he has so much just, I guess what we would call
Bounce out.
Stuff on the ball.
Nope, bounced out.
It came out.
8 bucks for Keith Watson. It's 108. Excuse me, 100 and nope.
It says 118.
Keith
There you
had
go.
10 in the third.
And Matt with the spare.
Yep. So
Very needed to stop the bleeding this frame for
Keith or Team
Team
Boyle,
Boyle.
they're down 4 pins and a hit.
Here's
Zach
that.
Richards.
Come on. We
5-7-10.
did not get away with a late hit there. I did that more times than I want to admit yesterday.
Any kind of good count here from Brandon Watson will really tighten the screws.
Popped it out there.
Solid
Wow.
5-9.
Messenger goes through the 5-9. So those of you at home who have never been in the back at the machines, there is literally enough space between the pins to fit more than a bowling ball.
Yeah.
So when you see those pins flying through there,
You're like, how's that even possible? There's more space down there.
It's a lot
than
more
you think.
space than you think. But it still boggles my mind when pins go flying through there and don't touch anything. Brandon.
Got it.
Oh,
Looked
just
like it was
enough.
going to pick, but it
looked
held,
like it was going to pick.
held the line just enough. That is a very big mark.
It is.
Zach takes 9 for 133 game.
What's the spot looking like right now?
It's 13 pins and a count.
Yeah.
So with a strike here, it would be 23 pin lead for Watson with hits even.
There's might be some fireworks here the last couple of bowlers.
How many?
Oh, what a
9 more?
ball. Clutch.
9 more.
Clutch by Brandon Watson right there.
All right, Brandon finishes with 145.
Greg Boyle needs it. Oh, my Lord.
Brandon. Dave was going to go fix that camera. Brandon just absolutely clocked it.
It's like Greg Boyle clocked the side, but got lucky with 9. Dominoes all fell to the left there, leaving him the 10 pin. He needs this for Team Boyle to have any chance of coming back.
Got it. 111 and a count for Greg Boyle.
Big
Here's
ball
a-
here.
Here's a spare field for Cody. Just
Yes.
hit between 2 pins here. Hit the side of something.
Yes.
Be in a pocket.
You want a pocket. You want to pull a Buckingham.
Hits a pocket. Only 5.
Yeah.
Greg wants a full count here.
He might want to bounce it.
At least 9. He'll
He
bounce
bounced
it.
it again.
And he strikes.
Man should bounce
121.
every one of them.
He should have bounced every ball that game. He shoots 121. He does what he had to do in the 10th and puts up a 20.
Call and bank.
Cody is open. Hold all tickets. Game is not over yet. Matt Kruger does have some work to do, though.
Yes, they're down.
With a 10 here, it's 462 to 437.
Yeah, they'll be down 25
Down
up the count.
25 up a hit. Matt is probably going to need to throw a double strike here in
Yes.
the 10th frame. So consider this
he needs
ball.
he needs a double here to put Keith on a mark.
Yeah, consider this ball a must strike.
You got it in there. Oh, thin it. Oh,
Leaves a 2-7.
this game is not over, but if he makes this as a strike, he at least makes Keith keep a ball in the lane.
Yeah, Keith at this point would need 4 pins.
Stranger things have happened.
It's not like I have 4 counts and 3 counts.
Right. That will do it. Team Watson is going to take the win on the back of a strong 7th, 8th, 9th. Team Boyle dominated the middle game in frames 4, 5, and 6. A little bit in frame 7 as well, but 8th and 9th frames belong to Team Watson. The comeback from Boyle just not quite enough. That does shoot a respectable 163. Team total of 455 is not going to be enough. Keith's going to throw 3 balls down there. And Team Watson is going to be bowling for the championship in the Duck Pins Forever Triples. They now wait to find out who their opponent will be. It is going to be Goo and Watson.
You. This is the first time in the tournament's history the top 2 seeds make it. Brother. It's so good. Hey, it's good to have you.